For last section, we're going to look at deductions and net pay. So up until now, we've talked about gross pay, which is the kind of like the whole amount that you would be getting. So if you go, how much do you make an hour? I make $11 an hour. That's your gross pay. Then you get deductions. We talked about that briefly. You got to pay your taxes. You got to pay other fees. There might be benefits. There might be union dues. It just depends. And then what you take home, that's called your net pay. So let's look at these definitions here. Taxable income. This is income after before tax deductions have been applied on which federal and provincial taxes are paid. And you're like, what? Basically, there's kind of two different kinds of deductions. So there's some deductions that they take off and that money then isn't taxable. Then you have your taxable income, and then you have to pay income tax on that. So that money goes to the government. So here we say deductions are amounts of money taken off your gross pay for income tax, which is federal and provincial or territorial, your union dues, your disability insurance, your EI, pension plans, and other health or other benefits. And income tax is paid on your taxable income. So there are some deductions that'll come off your income before they calculate what's taxable, and then your tax comes off of that. Your net income is your income after all taxes and other deductions have been applied. This is also called take-home pay. Okay, so you'll hear, what's your take-home? That's your net income after you've given up to 50% of your money away to somebody, sometimes more. When you start off, it's less because your income taxes increase and just often other deductions as you get into higher brackets. But at any rate, what you get once all that is gone is what you get to take home. Every paycheck should list your gross pay, so how much you would get with all the deductions, all your deductions, and your net income. And at the end of the year, you get a T4 slip, and that you use that for your income tax return. And most people, not all people, but most people actually end up paying more taxes than they need because there's some things that are deductible. And when they file their income tax, they usually get money back. If you're self-employed, at that point, you'd have to pay income tax because you probably haven't been paying income tax throughout the year. And so that's something you need to calculate on your own. So we've got John's group insurance is 1.5% of his salary of $450 every 2 weeks. How much does he pay for group life insurance? This question is no different than the ones we've done since the beginning of the year. Again, percent over 100 equals part over whole. In this case, her percent is what he's paying for life insurance. So he's paying 1.5% over 100. The part is how much he's paying, so that's what we're looking for. How much does he pay for group life insurance? That's our X. His salary is the whole, it's the 450. Okay, so X is equal to 450 times 1.5 divided by 100. So 450 times 1.5 divided by 100, and that's $6.75. So he pays $6.75 for group life insurance. So every 2 weeks when he gets his paycheck, they'll have subtracted $6.75 off, and that'll go towards his life insurance that he gets through the company. And here again, just a note on some of the things we talked about already. Some deductions are taxable and some are not. For example, union dues and company pension plans are before tax deductions. So say he was paying company pension plans and union dues, you would take that off of here. And so let's just say the total was $25, just to make it nice and even. So now he's got $425. They would calculate the provincial and federal taxes on the $425, not on the $450, because these are before tax deductions, so they're not subject to federal and provincial taxes.